I have just finished this book, and this book name is Never Give Up. As you can see, here is the Vietnamese title. And this book is in Vietnamese. It is a very motivative and a very inspirational story of a woman that you will feel like you have much more power after you've read it. So, this book is written by Nguyễn Bích Lan, and the title of this book is Never Give Up. So as you can see here she is. So maybe it's too small for you to see, but at the covering of the book is, yeah, it's pretty good, right? With a branch and there's only one leaf left, but just never give up. So here's the story of her. So when she was small, she was like a normal child, a normal person, a normal kid who play around and who study, who go to school like everyone else, who have a great family. And in her family, you have her siblings and then her grandfather, her grandmother, and her parents. And yeah, they have a normal life like any other people. But and they play a lot of games and stuff, and she has a great childhood, I guess. But in a poor family, not a rich one. So, but until the age of 12, her life have completely changed. So one day, as she was, no, it wasn't 12. It was something. It was some kind of, yeah. But when she grew up a little, like a teenage age, her life changed completely. Like one day she was going to school like any other day, but then suddenly she felt so weak like she had to crash down. Like it's so hard for her to get up and to walk. And that went on for many days, and that just become worse. But she doesn't want to tell her family because her grandfather have just died from a sickness and her family have many worriness. So she doesn't want to add the worriness into her family. And she doesn't think that it's a serious problem. Maybe she's just overworking. And maybe if she just eat and rest more, then she will feel better. But that way doesn't work as well. It just change, and it just repeat every day, and it just become worse. So after many months of walking and falling down like that, her mother know it, and her parents took her to the hospitals, like to any hospitals they know, but they just couldn't know what the disease is. And then after months of trying, they know she has a condition about her bones thingy, which is pretty soon she cannot walk and something. Well, at her age, she is very small for her age, very skinny. So because of that disease, she becomes tired a lot. So yeah, so she has to stop going to school. But she has a very good inspiration. Like she wants to change her life, not only is a disabled person, but to become someone else, to become someone different, to become a great person, even though she has a disease that cannot cure. So she started learning. That's when she started learning English. So her brother have go to a university, and for the first time in their life they have seen an English book. And that is when she started to notice that she wants to learn English. That is how she just homeschool herself and learn English all by herself. So because that she is very tired, she cannot walk properly, so she just very bored around the house with nothing to do, but learning English made her feel better. At first, it's very hard, of course. But she practiced a lot. She have her own rules, like not to, like one time the family was putting on her favorite program, like they were watching it, but she was just inside. She was like 50% and she wanted to go outside and watch the program, but in 50% that she wanted to stay in and to study English all by herself. But what did she choose? She chose to sit in her room and study. And she said that because of that decision, that changed her rules, that changed her how she felt, and to make her to become a stricter person. So when she like her English got better and better because she learned a lot and she practiced a lot. That is when she started to have a little class. At first, it's just about just a few students, but then they started to notice that she taught very well. Of course, you know what? She even had to hold her chalk with two hands, like one hand to have this wrist and one hand to write, because it was very difficult to write and her hands cannot raise properly like us. So yeah, that is the story when she was little. See, she was very tired and sometimes she couldn't even stand up. She would just take medicine every single day to just burn off that tiredness. And her students really care about her, and so in front of her house are some apple trees. So the class is called the apple class. And that is how she changed. So when she and then her disease got worse day by day, of course, because it cannot be cured. So and then after a while of teaching, and she had lots of students that really want to learn from her, and it was like a very successful career. But then she just felt, and then one day she just felt a big tiredness in her body that she could not stand up, she could not do anything. She's too tired, and that is when her disease got worse. Every day she's just tired and tired. So her mother have to put medicine into her body to make her feel better. But that doesn't even change. So that is when she had to quit the career of teaching students. And then, authors started to send her books to translate it into Vietnamese, English book, and she translated to Vietnamese. At first, it took her about 2 months or so to finish a whole book, and her life continued and continued like that. She have translated many books, and she even attends some of the important events, even of the international events. But she cannot come out of her country, so people would just go in there. And she even started to write her own book. Here. This she have write her own book. And this is one of those books that she have wrote. See? Here. This is her and her mother. Look. And it was that was when she was successful at the translation career. Translate. And even here, she had many foreign friends that she had. See? So that is some of her pictures in this book. So that is what I just want to tell you. Just a little bit, maybe too much, I don't know. But I don't want to spoil it all. So I hope that you would like to read it. And because it is a very inspirational book for you to read. And I think that it will maybe give you some hope to even try better to reach your dream. So here is something. So a lot of people say that a dream is just a dream. And fairy tales is just a fairy tale. But in this story, in Big Lion's story, the fairy tale have become true. So you can even turn fairy tale into a real life story. So you can, like, nothing is possible and you can do it. Just never give up. So that is all about this book that I want to tell you today. I hope that you would like to read it, and I hope that if you read it, it will change you in some way, so you can do what you want and you can chase your dream. So that is all about it, and thanks for listening. Bye!